Hey guys, what's up? I'm CJ and welcome back to my galaxy. Today we're discussing predictions for Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2. Just to get it out of the way, I do want to say that the Karen Wheeler theory being the Creel daughter and Eddie being number 10 can't possibly be true because there's too many facts that are just make it not true. So that will not... We're not discussing that any further, that's not true. Second of all, I don't know how true the rumors are that 5 people are going to die this volume, but I will be talking about, I will be saying if 5 people die, who's going to die. I have a whole list, and these are all my theories as well. Starting at number 1, definitely Max. Max is 100% going to die because first of all, I'm pretty sure there's a point in the trailer for Volume 2 that she doesn't have her headphones on and then Lucas is looking up at something, and obviously we know Vecna levitates their victims. We've seen that with Max already, and not to mention that there's a heart-to-heart with Lucas and Max, whether or not it's real, in the Creel house. So it looks very, very likely that Max is simply not going to survive this season if there's going to be a massive massacre of the main cast. And I feel like there would have to be a massive massacre anyway because there are just too many characters. They definitely are setting up for Eddie to die as well. There just doesn't seem to be a part where he could redeem himself with the Hawkins citizens, people who live in Hawkins, not just the Hawkins crew but everyone in Hawkins. I just don't see how that could work unless the Upside Down seeks into the real world, which I do have a theory that it might do that, and that's where we see Karen shielding her daughter. What's her name? The youngest Wheeler kid, Holly. Shielding Holly. There's a possibility that Upside Down is leaking into Hawkins, but at the same time I think we're gonna find out Karen knows something at some point because she has a poster to herself. Eddie just seems to have to die. And I know there are some people saying, oh, it's too obvious that he dies. Oh, he can't die. No, Eddie can't die. He's such a good character. And I just don't... He's one of those lovable characters that just ends up dead. Like, he's in the thick of it, he saves everyone, and then he dies, you know, like how Bob did in season 2, how Lexi did in season 3. He was a main part of all of that. And Eddie seems to be, you know, when he's playing his guitar, when he's playing his guitar in the Upside Down, obviously that's when he's trying to save all the Hawkins gang. And it looks like Dustin is with him as well, and then Dustin's screaming what I would assume would be like, no, Eddie, because he's like dying. It just seems the most plausible solution to me. Third, I think either Lucas or Erika will die. It won't be both of them, but it will be one of them. I think it has to not be both of them, but it will be one of them. I just don't know which one it would be. So like maybe Erika dies and Lucas sees freaking what's his face, Jason or something, whatever that perspective is, the basketball guys. I don't care about that perspective, so I don't know their names. I think his name might be Jason. When he's punching him in the mouth, like Erika just died and he's like enraged. Or Max, it could just be because of Max dying. He's just like fucking him in the mouth, you know. I also, on that same logic, I think either Mike or Nancy could die. They're definitely setting up for one of the 3 in the love triangle, which I'm totally and entirely against this love triangle. They're setting up for one of the 3 to die, either Nancy, Jonathan, or Steve. There's a possibility Jonathan could die, but it's going to, like, I'm not saying Nancy's gonna die from the cliffhanger we were left on, but I do think that Nancy could die later on. Someone from the people who are going into the Upside Down, you know, like Steve, Nancy, Robin, I think they'd have to die, and it better not be Robin. It better not be Steve. I truly hope Nancy will die if it's one of them, or pervert Jonathan. I can't stand them, although I would like to see Nancy have a character arc where she doesn't need to be dating someone and just moves out of town, goes to college sort of thing. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I just really hate the Wheeler family. Or Mike could die. I've seen a couple theories that Mike dies and then that's where Will is crying and hugging Jonathan. But I also have seen how Joyce could die. And I don't think Joyce could die. She's too much of a main character. And I honestly feel like the Byers family is the main part of the ensemble cast. I don't think you can kill anyone from the Byers family, including Eleven and Hopper. You can't kill any of them. Also, the 5th person I think from the main cast has got to be Karen Wheeler. Or even maybe the Enzo guy, I don't remember his name, the Russian guy with Hopper, his name isn't actually Enzo. I don't know why people in the fandom think his name is Enzo. It's not Enzo. Karen, I feel like, has to die. I one, hate her character. Two, why is she in the main posters unless she finds out about the Upside Down, dies, whatever, you know, she doesn't seem like she could survive this season, which would devastate the Wheeler family and really move the plot forward, in my opinion. And the Russian guy, he's not going to survive. Straight up, I was basing the main 5 people off of the main cast, the original cast. Max isn't really original, but she is kind of a part of the main cast. I don't count the Russian / Enzo guy as the main cast. He's just like Barb dying, basically, to me. And I don't think he's in the posters for this one, so he's gonna die like early on. So he's probably gonna die in the first, like, dropped my sticky notes. He's probably gonna die in like the first half hour of episode 8. Speaking of Russia, I don't really know how they're gonna get out of there with a crashed plane unless this Enzo guy has some way out, like a plane of his own. Maybe that's how he dies, when they're escaping. And the Russian Demogorgon's gonna have to die somehow. All this stuff from the Upside Down has to die somehow. You know, they have to get rid of it, whether that be this season or next season, but I reckon it would have to be in volume 2. This is more of a want than a prediction. I would love, in the trailer, Robin's talking to Steve seemingly about how she has a horrible feeling it's not going to go all good, or everyone's going to survive. Whatever line she says. And I really just want another season 3. Something similar to season 3 scene where Steve and Robin have a heart-to-heart. And they're like all platonic with a capital P soulmates sort of thing. They're like platonic soulmates to the max. And if one of them dies, I die too. And Robin will definitely this will definitely foreshadow Robin having a near-death experience, which I'm not looking forward to, because she definitely does seem like she's going to get close to dying in the Upside Down, which I think is being foreshadowed by the Steve and Robin heart-to-heart, which I assume is the heart-to-heart, and I definitely want them to actually be talking and not like Steve getting distracted by Nancy and Nancy being like, come on, let's go, and they're like, they have to sit down and be like talking, just the two of them. I would love to see that. I do think that the Upside Down is going to start seeping more into Hawkins. You know, we're seeing multiple gates. They can't close all the gates all at once, presumably, unless 11 has figured out how she's going to close all the gates or whatever. Something has to happen before this, where the Hawkins peoples know that the Upside Down exists, or at least a lot of them, that they have to keep quiet, like Karen Wheeler finding out. With the Hawkins gang, I definitely think that they someone either died right before the scene where they're in the van, or this is them going towards the Upside Down and then just not knowing what's going to happen next, and they're really worried about it. This is going to be the most intense scene. Them going into the Upside Down definitely is going to be super tense. Someone's going to die at this point, and they don't know who it is. They feel like someone's going to die. We don't know who it is. I don't really have a prediction for the California gang, except that Argyle, he has to come back with like the one-liners. I love Argyle. If he dies, I swear to God, Duffer Brothers. And to do with defeating the whole like Vecna, I feel like Vecna he isn't the Upside Down. I think the Upside Down was there already, and then 11 opened the gate, pushed Vecna in, or 1, or Creole Kid, whatever his name is, I don't remember. And I get the feeling the Mind Flayer might be in charge of the Upside Down, and Vecna is kind of Army General. I think that's what Dustin called him. I'm not really familiar with Army terms. When the Hellfire Club was playing D&D, they rolled an 11 and then an 8, so which makes me and a lot of the other parts of the fandom think that 11's going to go in, do a lot of damage to Vecna but not be able to win, and then Callie, number 8, is going to come in and fully defeat him, and that's just going to be Vecna. And then season 5 will roll into the Mind Flayer and actually shutting down the Upside Down. I'm really worried to see what the basketball Hawkins gang is going to do to like Eddie and maybe even Lucas. I don't really want to see them. They're kind of annoying me, and I know they're annoying other people. The California gang, don't know what's going to happen with that, but we kind of do know what's going to happen with that, just because we know, it's kind of obvious, and also Noah Schnapp leaked the explosion stuff happening with 11, and we kind of already see 11 walking off away from Brenna, even though she's not ready. Whatever, I don't Go 11, girl boss. It's definitely already been set up that the California gang is going to go get 11 and then they're going to go to Hawkins and just see that a bunch of people might be dead, and Hawkins, the Upside Down is leaking into Hawkins and whatnot, and then they're all going to have a reunion, and then 11 and Hopper are going to have a reunion. I can't wait for that to happen. I'm so excited about the Hopper and 11 reunion. But with that all said, that is my predictions. Those are all my predictions for Friday, the 1st of July. I think this might be actually going up a couple hours before this volume 2 comes out. So leave your predictions down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I post Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays everything about films, books, Minecraft / video games, sometimes vlogs every Fridays. So stay tuned for that. I have been CJ. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!